Never close to any filmy people. I think the love for my dad and them, I think that era my dad always said we used to look out for one another. He said the old school actors, no, I hate saying that, I mean the legends used to look out for one another. He's saying now it's become so competitive and cutthroat, you don't really feel that people look out for one another. So that bonding and the brotherhood that I think all of them have, Sanjay sir, Salman sir, Jackie sir with dad, I wish that still existed here. For COVID also, I met one person, I'm not going to take names. I got to be like this, I got to be that hot guy that everybody wants to F. I got to, I got to sell myself like that, I got to be the player. So I felt like I was talking to the devil at that point because I never believed in any of that and I'm never going to. Fame was the sun, my mom is Pluto.
Yeah.
I think I'm realizing now it's such a blessing to have someone like that. That don't give a shit about Bollywood, and you grow up more real, you grow up more honest, because in this whole fame line, you're a lot of fake people, and I have someone who is such a genuine person in my life. I would ask my mom certain questions, and she would tell me, and I feel like becoming an actor, you got to be very empathetic with everybody. You got to walk in shoes with everybody. So once you see a full picture to what it is, you get relief and you can't judge anyone in this world. I'm very close to my mom. I was closer to my mom than my dad. Dad was very strict. He was very, very strict.
Hello everyone, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Zoom Speak Easy. My guest today is one of the calmest people I know. I'm sure कि वो हमेशा ऐसा नहीं रहते हैं, but before release, post release, I see that there is something extremely balanced and calm about our very own debutante, if I can say, Rajveer Deol. Rajveer, this is true, isn't it?
There's calmness, but some people who really know me might disagree.
No, that's why I said that I am sure there are moments where it is not possible to stay like this forever. But I mean, for those people who know you also, I'm sure they will agree that there is something very calm about the way you deal with things. It is post-release. Of course, you guys have given it your best. It may not have given the numbers that you were expecting. But मुझे आप अभी यहाँ पे, I don't see you stressed, and more importantly, I don't see you discouraged. I think that is such a positive sign. So tell me about that.
I mean, I think people forget it's 3 debutantes movies. So we're bound to grow and learn. Yeah. And I think if I did something really big, I think the pressure would be even way more to mimic that in the next movie. Whoever's seen it has given me good feedback and they were really impressed by me. And on to the next.
On to the next, like you say it. There were people offering you the conventional style में entry कि एकदम धमाकेदार entry होगी एक background music के साथ. Rajveer will be looking absolutely stunning and he'll land in superhero way and then the fight will happen, right? Yeah, I'm quite sure there were scripts like that. I want to know, how were you reacting to the stuff that you were getting at that time? Because सबको पता होता है, initial जो step होता है वो ज़रूरी होता है. It kind of is your representation, your presentation to the whole world, right? तो आपने सोचा होगा उसके बारे में. And then to select a film like Dono, like I was telling you, जहाँ पे ये hero नहीं है उतना conventional style में. वो हाँ, of course. उसकी अपनी खुद की एक वजूद है, पर्सनालिटी है, पर ही इज रियली फेलिंग इन हिज लाइफ पर से. उसकी बिजनेस अच्छा नहीं चल रहा है, लोग उसे हमेशा बोल रहे हैं कि तू तो लूजर है. एंड दैट इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग फॉर मी कि इफ यू वांटेड यू कुड हैव गॉन द वे, यू कुड हैव गॉन द धर्मा वे, और यू कुड हैव गॉन द टिपिकल वे, बट यू डिडंट. व्हाई?
When I first heard the script, I was taken back on the unique topic and the character arc of Dev. And I just could really relate to him, and I thought many people from my generation, we've seen so many movies, we find it predictable. We just know what's going to happen, and I just found this just very different, and I thought they could really connect to the soul of this character, and I thought a lot of people could really also connect with the soul of Dev.
तो कभी मन नहीं हुआ ना वहाँ जाने की? It must have been tempting, right? Lot of people must have been saying you don't want that big sort of entry वाला hero वाली feeling.
I don't think I was ever impressed by those movies growing up, so I think it never spoke to me. I think whatever work you should do, there should be a connect with you and the character you want to play. There should be a bridge.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm open to those roles because I don't have the limitation as an actor. I can't do that. So I would love to do those roles as well.
Dono, a balance of both.
Yes.
I think this is very. I feel like you've spoken a lot with Abhay, haven't you? Because his post was very emotional. कि उन्होंने जब डाला था कि यार I've seen them grown up and all of that. And this line that you said कि I have never been impressed by those larger than life की entry हो रही है वो film में. Abhay's the path that he chose was so starkly different from the other members of the family. He believed in this school of thought. You must have really connected, na?
Growing up, I connected with Abhay Chacha a lot. He introduced me, I remember when I was 14 or 15, to the world cinema, that different cinema that age you don't really know much. So I was exposed to that and I fell in love with it. But growing up, I also appreciated the, as you say, commercial work. I don't want to cut those legends short that thinking it's easier or anything. It's a different type of skill and I would love to do those movies as well.
To make it simpler for everybody here. So I want to know what was happening in the Deol family. के घर के अंदर किसके क्या reactions थे and how did you sort of, were you the one coming every bit down saying I'm happy, you know, I've got enough reactions?
No, they were really happy with my work. They really genuinely happy and then it's not them to pamper me or anything like that because I know how blunt they can get. I've seen it before. They were genuinely happy. They said just keep at it. You have your highs and lows. So just keep at it, keep improving and you're destined to stay in this industry.
That must have been such a relief to hear also, na? एक assurance भी मिलता है, right?
It does also because it's a scary world. It's a lot of competition and it's such a hard industry where you do not know what turn you're going to take and what's the outcome going to be. So when you have support like that, it does give you safe feels.
You had literally everybody, a lot of people come in to show support during your premiere,
yes,
right? सबसे बड़े stars. Was it intimidating after a point because you've also been very away from this side of the world.
Yep.
And suddenly you are pushing yourself ahead and like you said, you are an introvert, right? You have been that person.
Yeah.
But now you know that you have to be this person.
Yes.
Tell me how that feeling must have been for you.
On the premiere day, it was a bit jarring meeting everybody and hearing their feedbacks. And it was, I guess the nerve-wracking was when I sat down and next to me was my chachas and my dad and all watching the movie at the same time. But after the movie, their feedback and they were so happy with the movie also and my performance that whatever nerves I was going through during the movie, I got relaxed and I was happy.
Tell me how your childhood used to be. How you've grown up in that household and how you made your own individual space amongst the legends that existed.
It was normal to a point where I went to school, hang with friends after school, went for tuitions, played basketball. Growing up then you start dating like everybody else. It's just the only difference is that everyone knows what your father does and what your father is. And luckily I went to a school where not many people really cared about Bollywood around my group circle. And if they did, I used to chill with people who really didn't watch much Bollywood. I found it more relaxing for me. Otherwise, then other people really try to psychoanalyze you and try to judge how your parents are.
Yeah.
And that would just get on my nerves. So I used to just hang away from people who liked Bollywood. I used to just keep 2 arm distance or even just opposite. I used to just go to the opposite end, not to chill with them.
So खुद का एक I think you made your own space like that.
Yes.
Kabhi, you mentioned of course dating and all of that. Were your parents that strict, like how it is for everybody else? Were the rules applied to you as well?
Yes, of course they were strict. I think any parent just get nervous and get scared of what happens to a kid at the age of, I would say the scariest age is probably 13.
Because you're growing up.
Yeah, that's when you try to do manly things and you look like a goddamn toddler. And you look at the behavior now and you just want to punch yourself in the face.
You make mistakes, it's fine.
Yeah.
But तो मुझे बताओ, have you ever had incidents like that where you've been like caught, like you've been caught dating and they're like, are you sure what you're doing? Has that happened to you, or were you somebody who could discuss everything?
I could not discuss anything. I was very weird to
You know, I
discuss
like the honesty
things. But thanks to all my teachers in my lovely school, my mom gets to know.
She did?
Yeah, yeah.
And then how did she react to it?
As any mother would.
She got scolded?
Yeah, I got scolded.
So, you think there has been that sort of space where you could tell certain things but you couldn't to both your parents? Like, would you call them friends?
I'm very close to my mom. I was closer to my mom than my dad. Dad was very strict. He was very, very strict.
Give me an example of very, very. Why?
I think he was just scared so much. He was so protective. So he would keep deadlines. I have to come home by 8:30, and I'll tell Dad, everyone just got here at 8:30.
Yeah?
Yeah. And so it was a bit tricky in that aspect. But my mom was more lenient like that. She knew for that age you need to go out, experience life, do something stupid, grow from it and learn. So my mom was a little more lenient to that, but she was strict in her own ways about other things, about my behavior. I should always open a door for a person. I should always be polite. Small things like that, she would be very strict with.
Listen, that is amazing. That is good behavior. That I don't think is, I think a part of you who you are, the gentler and the side that I see in the film and the character as well. Could I say it is also a part of you in real life? And that comes from a lot from your mother?
It does. I say there's certain parts that I took from my real life in this movie. I know a lot of people think like, actually, what acting he do? This is himself. But the character is not me. And there's so many ways I can say I'm so different to Dev, and so many ways that I'm so similar to Dev. But going back to your question, my mom has a tendency to be very, very soft, very, very nurturing. She was always, I think, born to be a mother. She was always very supportive, nurturing towards me.
And I think that's wonderful. But like I said, that sensitive side reflects,
Yes,
right?
yes,
And that's beautiful. So I love that. Because you mentioned that, I think your mother also has been able to successfully shield herself from so much, right? Your dad's been written about all the time, everything in the papers, and shielded you guys also from it, like we were discussing the other time, that आप हो film family से, पर आपने बहुत खूबसूरती से अपनी एक छोटी सी जगह बना ली है अपने ज़िंदगी में, and I don't think it's that easy sometimes. Tell me, how did that happen? Because I don't know, it was so much, right, when you're among that. But I think both you and your mother have been, I know and your brother as well.
Yes. I to best describe that, I say if fame was the sun, my mom is Pluto.
Yeah.
Just, I think I'm realizing now it's such a blessing to have someone like that. Dad, don't give a shit about Bollywood. And you grow up more real, you grow up more honest, because in this whole fame line, you're a lot of fake people, and I have someone who is such a genuine person in my life that is like a best friend at times also. So I thank her a lot for that.
To protect your own mental health,
Yes.
did you stop reading papers after a point?
I think as a kid, you are curious to know about your family. I say the scariest age is 13 and 12, and the internet even makes it more scarier for any curious kid who knows how to spell and who has to use the internet. So later on, you realize...
I assume that aapka to matlab, you must be having strict usage of the internet as well.
No, not at all.
Oh, that was fine.
That was fine. Okay. They somehow didn't think that the internet is the window to a lot of stupid things.
Yeah. Kya pata?
Aha! Got away with it.
What a way you got away with it. Like I said, did you keep yourself away from all the noise about your family, about your father being written, about, your chachu being written, about their life being there, and also personal lives, right? As a child, like you said, you were saying curiosity.
Yes. I think as a kid, you take it very seriously. You do get affected as a kid. And that's when you need to have more communication with your family members to make you realize that's not reality. This is reality.
So you went and you asked them, like you asked them...
I would ask my mom certain questions and she would tell me, and I feel like becoming an actor, you got to be very empathetic with everybody. You got to walk in shoes with everybody. So once you see a full picture to what it is, you get relief, and you you can't judge anyone in this world.
Yeah.
I think that's such an immature quality to have, and we can't avoid that quality because we're so quick to judge. But at the same time, with judgment, you should have a real conversation of really what does a person go through, what makes that person. And once you answer these questions within yourself, you realize there's no malice inside you. There's nothing but just facts, and that's it. And those facts give you some relief.
You know, I saw Jackie Shroff embracing all of you all as his own people. You know, I saw the bites. He's like, yeah, like the apna bacha hua hai. Did you all also have that bond among yourselves when you all with Tiger and everybody else at that time, or did you all sort of have that eventually? Because wo dosti to the na, you had that dosti, and the way he spoke about you felt like, you know, it was really close.
I was never close. I never met Tiger. I was never close to any filmy people. I think the love for my dad and them, I think that era my dad always said we used to look out for one another. He said the old school actors, no, I hate saying that, I mean the legends used to look out for one another. He's saying now it's become so competitive and cutthroat, you don't really feel that people look out for one another. So that bonding and the brotherhood that I think all of them have, Sanjay sir, Salman sir, Jackie sir with dad, I wish that still existed here. I don't know any of them.
Now, of course, I want to know how Karan feels about it. Because he's been through the same familiar thing. Did you make you sit by and have the brotherly talk with you? I mean, I know you all have a very friendly sort of relationship, and you keep telling me you all pull each other's legs most of the times. But ये moment मुझे लगता है उसके लिए भी थोड़ा emotional तो होगा ना to watch you on screen.
He saw the movie, I think 2 months before it came over there, and he was happy. He saw the effort I put in. He knows the work I do, and I've done workshops with him growing up. So me and him, he's always rooted for me, supported me, even though he might not be vocal about it or not. But I know he's really happy and proud.
Karan, I want to know, you know, since you are now here, you know, and we'll see so much more of you. Have you decided to make certain boundaries for yourself? Ki main, like for example, as in sharing information about someone that you date, because you know, or will you be the kind of person who's like, you know, I'm going to live my life the way I want to? Because मेरे आसपास तो हमेशा लोग होंगे who are constantly clicking you and will constantly try to get information about you. Which path have you decided to take? Because I think, again, these are simple questions for people who are watching your videos, but for you all, it will make a difference.
I think I'm going to do what I think is going to make me happy.
What makes Rajveer happy? You think you'll be able to sort of live the life that you want to?
I think so. I think so.
At least push for it, na?
Yeah, I'm going to try.
You're going to try for it.
Yeah.
But have you been told, ki, listen, if you're dating someone, do not go ahead and discuss about it, because you know that person also is involved.
I always think a personal life should be personal. I don't think, I've never grown up researching actors and their dating life. I just find that weird. So
it's a different time.
Yeah, so I don't. Even in school, I was the type of guy who would not even know my own rumors about me. Like I'll get to know it 5 years. Oh, that's what people thought.
There's like certain girl had a crush on you.
I have no idea. I just always did what I wanted to do, and I'm just going to keep doing that, I think.
Would you call yourself a romantic?
Romantic, I would not consider myself a
romantic. Tell me, why does it make you awkward when I ask questions about romance? Because you suddenly start laughing. I'm very interested to know. Because I mean, I'm sure there is that person in you. Na sabke andar hota hai na, there's a different emotion.
I think I'm a sweet, loyal guy. I'll do anything for if I get a better half or a girlfriend or anything. I'm always going to be that type of person. Yeah. People think I'm going to change when I become famous. I love how other people try to write your stories for you. And I just love proving them wrong.
Sweet, loyal, and अच्छा person के साथ यही तो romance होता है ना? I'm sure.
So I guess then I'm a romantic, which is so weird for me to say.
Why? Is it because in your family also all of them have always been really shy about calling themselves romantic people?
I guess for me a romantic is a person who will take no for an answer and will just try everything to impress a person.
You will not try to impress someone.
Yeah, I'm not, but it's like, it's fine if the person's not interested, I'll just move on. There's more plenty fish in the sea.
नहीं, वो तो romance तो ऐसे भी हो सकता है ना, like flirting with someone.
Oh God, I can't flirt. That's just the weirdest feeling. I don't understand how they do it.
But हो जाता है, as long as convincingly flirting on screen कर लेते हो, I think you'll survive. It's fine.
I think yes.
है ना? वो ज़रूरी होता है.
Yeah.
You know, I think one of the, again, It's a great moment in your family, like I said. So I could see the post so proudly that Dharmendra ji put up for you. You know, and I think it comes from a place of course, grandfather's hai, but it comes from a place of immense pride that he sees genuine reactions for you. Tell me how that conversation must have been for you. Was it a little emotional?
It was, it was. Whenever he praises me or anything, I do get very quiet. First of all, I don't think it's hard for me to accept when such a legend like him, and I always call him a fountain of youth. Like any good quality we have been blessed with or given, it all leads back to him. So for him, it just humbles me, and I just shut down. It's just too much for me to process in the moment whenever he says anything sweet or nice. Yeah.
I'm sure he's one of the coolest people I know.
Yeah.
Was that easy for you? Of course, your father was the strict person, so you know that. But did you have that bond with Dharmendra ji where you could be like, this is the path to you know, creating that bond and being cool?
I used to talk to him a lot as a kid. He would read me his poems. He would explain his poems to me. I used to go to his room. I used to sneak my Xbox to his room because I wasn't allowed to play video games during the weekdays.
Oh, really?
So I used to just carry my machine up there and play. And he would just see me, this kid, just ask me what all I'm playing, and I would try to explain it to him. And I realized at that point, if I asked anything from him, he would have given me. So I stopped asking anything from him because I thought he'll give it to me blindly.
How
if
sweet.
I asked anything. Yeah.
But that's amazing. You know, it's been the year of the Deols, I must say. Hai ki nahi? With him doing so well with Rocky Rani, then of course, Gadar 2 to abhi main kya bolu. It's still going on. It finally feels like you know, both Sunny has been saying for a while, even Dharmji has been saying it, that you know, the industry really hasn't given a true chance to the Deols, but looks like the audience still has.
Yes, yes.
What do you feel about that?
I think, I don't know about, they'll know industry politics better than me and what all they have faced through and gone through. I do think they've not been given the right amount of attention as the other stars have. And I think now it'll just change and people can see that there's a demand for my dad, for my grandfather, for my chachas also, and hopefully for me and my brother. So yeah, I think now we're in a good place and people would want to work with us.
I think what Gadar did also with the audiences coming back, but it also I mean, it was always together, but you saw the whole family together, which includes Isha and everybody. I think that's beautiful. And the whole world celebrating. Amongst the fact that people try to create issues, there was this beautiful bond, and Dharamji put out that post. How did you feel? You must have been so proud.
I was happy just to see all of us happy. I was just happy. I was very happy for Dad. I think more than anything, I was just happy for Dad. Because I know the amount of work he does and not many people realize. I don't think they actually realize how much he works. Because I don't see anyone discuss or talk about it. So I was just really happy for that.
You feel like a lot of people in the industry have stopped discussing how hard he works?
I think everyone works hard. Now me entering the industry, I don't think you can call anyone lazy or anything.
That's true.
Even your work, everyone here, all of us, it's such a tedious job to do this and try to, and you have such trolls online to even make it harder for you to go through this work.
Have you gone through all the comments? You got a lot of positive comments.
Yes. Gone through comments. I don't try to look at comments. I'm happy for all the love and support. I think it's not needed because I know where I lack. I know where I'm good. I'm very aware about that. So I know what I have to do.
Like you analyze your own self and all of that?
I can't. I think a lot. So even if I don't want to, this thing right here is not going to stop it.
What were you thinking about? Like, what is it about your own self?
Anything, if it's life, if it's this, my experience through the movie, the character, how I played it, me seeing on the big screen, if I thought certain scenes here, I should have done better, certain scenes there. So even I think about my plays in school also, what I did. I think about the basketball matches I feel like I messed up in, I think about the exams.
But even now?
This doesn't switch off.
You think you're very hard on yourself? Because if you've not, if you know...
I am hard. Other people will say that, yeah.
Like if you've done a basketball match, in school and you still feel like I wasn't good enough?
This is me though. I'd like to keep trying to improve on things.
But I hope you also take the accolades that come along and the love, because then wo mushkil, you know, I feel like I'm giving him gyan here. No, because I feel bad when you said, it just feels like Because if you are that person who thinks about that basketball match that you didn't do well, how hard must it be for you when you see someone criticizing you for a while and you're like, "Sahi bol raha hai." I hope that's not happening.
No, that's not happening. That's not
Thank
happening.
God.
I have my own few people who I
Meter.
talk to. Yes, and
Who are
my
those
own
few
thing.
people who you really
I just they won't know them. They're just people who live normal lives and all. I consider them very real with their
take? They are your
opinions.
critics.
Yeah,
जो उसको आप मानते हैं.
yeah.
So I'm sure they've been nice to you. I hope you're
No,
kinder
they
to
were happy.
yourself.
They were very happy with the work. That's fine.
Apparently, you already have some offers that are there.
Apparently, that's what everyone's
Let's go there
talking about.
now.
I
I hear that you have few films that you signed.
I
Give
forgot
me
how to
hints
talk.
at least. Tell me a direction that you're taking. Chalo. Now I think now that we can call each other. Now we know each other a little well.
Yes.
Now I can see. थोड़ा hint देना चाहिए ना मुझे. About which direction you're going.
I'm sorry, I can't leave any breadcrumbs also.
Ooh, oh snap. Been rejected. He's not giving me any
I
information.
apologize.
No, you don't have to apologize.
Sweetly. I'm not going to try to do something where I think it's like a marketing strategy. But if I think a script will come my way and I think I can do justice to it, then that's the role I'm doing.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
You know, of course, since we mentioned Dharamji and we mentioned Rocky Rani, I know that everybody was abuzz with the fact that, oh, you know, it was such a fantastic film and a story of an older couple.
Yes.
You know, you've said you're uncomfortable with discussing romance with your family members because all of them have been such strict. Like, you don't have that kind of comfort, right? But I think then, and at all of this, and then one side there's Dharamji, which I think he breaks all barriers as an actor and as a human being. Is it sometimes liberating to have someone like that in your family?
It is, but I think each and every one of them are bindas in their own way. He makes us laugh, he does, because I think he was the first one to get stardom, obviously, in our family.
Yeah.
So he gets a pass.
In anything?
Yes.
In anything?
Yeah.
But does it, I mean, I don't think it embarrasses you, does it?
No, it does not, I don't judge people. I just think that's the stupidest thing to do.
But what did you think of the film?
I really liked it.
I
really liked it. It was such a sweet movie. It was awesome. I thought Ranveer Singh was great. I thought Alia was great.
Yeah.
I thought all of them were fantastic.
So can we talk about the fact that they don't have love stories now showing to older people, right?
I mean, you can love whoever you want in whatever age, I feel, yes.
I must say, people have been asking you how the success feels, but what did you think about Gadar 2? I have realized nobody's asked you what you really thought of the film, to see him back in the way he was.
I think it's, I saw Gadar 1 only 3 months before that. I saw it growing up also, but after so long I saw Gadar 1 again and I was already hyped for it. Because that's such a lovely movie, because all the songs, when I hear it again, it got me emotional. So when I saw the songs again in this, that same emotion came, and I mean, you can't help but get inspired by Tara Singh. You can't help but get, you know, charged
Pumped
up.
up.
Yes, yeah.
And he says that.
Yes.
Where do you draw the boundaries while selecting roles? Like, ऐसी कौन सी चीजें हैं जो आप नहीं करेंगे?
I think then I'll start, if I say I don't want to do it, I'm such a rebel, then I want to do it.
Ooh.
So I'll feel like, why is there shortcoming of me not wanting to do that? I would not want to do something where, I guess it's only a very one-dimensional character, I would say.
But are there boundaries when it comes to showing yourself or your sexuality on screen?
I think I'll do anything if camera is
that.
required. Yeah, I don't think any damn thing. I'll surprise my family. I won't tell them.
You won't tell them.
I'll tell them.
You'll surprise your family.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
if you
yeah,
have to do like a really bold scene, as they call
it.
you'll be like,
I'll say it's a family movie, Dad.
I want to give you a hand.
It's a family movie. Just go to use the bathroom at that part.
Oh God! But it's okay, right? As an actor today, you have to have that.
I think so, because I grew up watching such actors do such bold roles also, all of them.
And convincingly.
Yes. So I think having, as I said, limitations on yourself is just not a good thing to do.
How you today have changed from the person that you were. Before, like 3-4 years, पहले से जब वो shooting हो रही है, when you start prepping that a movie is going to come, your own character also goes through a metamorphosis, right? कि मुझे पता है, this is the part of me that I am letting the world see. What changes did you go through?
I got more open, I got less scared. A lot of people scare you in this line. And I realized they're just voices you just need to ignore.
Like what kind of?
The camera is like this, people will say like this, you come from that family, you got to be like this. I remember before Even I signed Avnish. Before COVID also, I met one person. I'm not going to take names. I got to be like this. I got to be that hot guy that everybody wants to F. I got to, I got to sell myself like that. I got to be the player. So I felt like I was talking to the devil at that point because I never believed in any of that, and I'm never going to. So I'm simple, like how carpenter just makes their chair and just goes back to their house. I just want to do my role and go back to my house.
But it's true, right? A lot of people actually believe it that way. It's
And
like, I like you stuck to your gun and you're like, I like the way I am.
yes, I've seen certain actors behave a certain way, walk with an arrogance or have a chip on their shoulder or not even compliment one another even when they think the other person did a good job because insecurities within them, thinking he'll get more attention or she'll get more attention. I don't think that's a good way to live, and it's not. It's the game we play. Honestly, they say, "And I don't hate the player, hate the game."
Yeah, yeah.
So the game is like that. I just need to find my own identity in it.
Or maybe play your own by your own rules.
I guess that's also there. Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's a great example. Your father keeps telling that what is one thing when advice to give to young actors. He kept saying that, it is great to focus on building yourself and on your body and everything, but acting has to be still where you mainly focus on.
Yes, that's your.
And I think when you were saying this, that I want to be this hot guy, you have to be this person, show your six pack, do photo shoots with. I'm sure that's the zone, right?
Yes.
I like the fact it's a similar school of thought. I'm sure both of you must have discussed this as well, right?
I think he just knew that I was attracted to this path more than that path.
Yeah.
And obviously I've come from, if you ask my dad about bodybuilding and all, he'll laugh about it. He'll laugh about it so much. Because they come from a time where I guess men had to be men. And there was a situation where they had to actually face.
Yeah.
It didn't require six packs. It required your will and your mind more than you picking up your shirt to solve a situation.
Yeah.
So they live those lives, so they're going to preach them.
Because you mentioned that, how have you looked at masculinity in your household? Because he at his time was known as,
yes,
he defined
the
masculinity.
The man.
He man. I feel, but through his roles, when I saw him eventually today, he also chooses a very different path. So that means zamane ke saath wo bhi badle hai. And I feel definitely your character is in this film doesn't come across that stereotypical way of defining masculinity, right? कि ऐसे ही करना चाहिए, ऐसे करोगे तो you look like this thing and feminine and all of that. I feel like you also have different idea of what that is.
I think we stopped living in a world where we need to pump our chest to do something and get something done. I think the world should become more compassionate towards each other and understand each other more. Because it's a hard world out there. There's such horrible people out there. So it's not needed for you to make that body unless you're a proper athlete or you're becoming Mr. India. Yeah. And I think it also builds a lot of insecurities in a lot of young men that go through a lot of hardships thinking that their manhood is hurt or their pride is hurt. And that sends people to a very dark place. So I just always say, just accept who you are. I'm not saying don't work out. Work out is good. I work out. It's good for the mind to sweat out that energy that you have inside you. Because if you don't do anything with that negative energy, it comes out. It comes out in ways that you would not even expect it.
Like I was telling in the beginning that he's a Zen person. Most of the time. Before he laughs and tells me, ये लग रहा है रुद्रानी को ऐसा नहीं है. Most of the time.
No, I'm calm. I'm always calm.
He's like, I'm calm. But I also want to know, how do you take care of your mental health? When you also must be going through some dark times, yeah? We're all humans. When you feel low and you don't feel like you can do this, what do you do? How do you come out of it?
The day I realize I don't do anything productive is the day I'm in my worst mood. If I don't work out, if I don't read a book, if I don't do an acting workshop, if I don't try to get out of my comfort zone or do anything where I feel like I've hit the right things for me to feel that I deserve to live, I'm not in my happy place. But if I do that, I feel like I'm in my happy place.
That's wonderful. I'll end it by this note, right? I come from a place where there are complicated family relationships, but it has never affected me, and this is what the world thinks, that, oh, it affects. I see you and you are this really, like I said, again the word balance, but also somebody who's very comfortable in his own skin. Tell me how you've looked at the family dynamics that way, and how have you been your own person?
I think, as I said, once you really understand the full picture, there's no judgment to it, and you love for every individual for who they actually are, instead of trying to change them to fit an image that you think will fit better in society or make you feel more comfortable to be presented in society.
Yeah.
I think each of us are so unique and different. I look at everyone as grey. You tell me that's a nice person, I will start saying, okay, that person has insecurities. You tell me that's an angry person, I'll say the same thing. But it's like I can't look at someone as just being nice or just being angry or just being evil.
Yeah.
I think all of us are so many different shades that we don't have the right to judge anybody. That's what I honestly, truly believe. And that's what I guess keeps me sane.
Keeps you sane, and I think that's wonderful. Well, on that note, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I think, like the rest of your family, I'm sure the world is now going to celebrate that there's a new Deol.
Yeah.
in here in the making, and post the camera, he's obviously going to tell me which other films he's signed, which I will not tell anyone, but I'm very interested to know.
Yes, yes.
But thank you for
I've signed Gadar 4.
ये बोल दिया आपने, कोई मजाक से चला देगा, फिर मुझे मत बोलना.
Okay.
I'm keeping this. Gadar 4.
Yes.
Anything else? Or any other 3 4s you want to announce?
Apne 23.
अपने में से हो ही रहा है, but 23 is pushing it. Till then we'll have another Deol coming in, you never know. But of course, while we're talking about Deol,
AI technology will exist.
AI, it anyways.
Yes, it does. It'll become next level.
Next level. But while you brought that up and I was ending it, I must say you also have Aryaman and other people soon making a debut.
Yes.
Tell me how you're feeling about your brothers and making the same, joining you again, forces. Like a whole Deols are going to come here.
Yeah, we're taking over.
We're taking over. Tell me about, did you have the discussion with Aryaman?
He's still too young. He's a very bright kid. He was the most studious one. He's the one who got the highest grades. He's a very hardworking boy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, again, I feel stupid because I feel like he's on the right path.
Why would you say you're feeling stupid? It's
because
great.
I made mistakes. He didn't make any of those mistakes. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, he's on the right path.
He's on the right path. Spoke like a true elder brother. Energy here. On that note, thank you once again. Sending you so much love.
Thank you.
And I will make you do this, please. I love it. Thank you. I think you're wonderful. Please stay just this way you are, because you're real, you're honest, and I think world needs more people like you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.